Is the sound working?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, today's session, after your lunch break, I know all of you must be feeling a little sleepy and a little lethargic. So I'll try and ensure that you are energetic throughout my session. Alright? So now you all must be wondering, looking at this topic, meeting. Why is it a part of this particular session on enhancing personality for employability, right? So meeting is something which happens once you are already employed, right? Once you have already joined your job, you are involved in a meeting. So why do we need to know more about it before we join an organization? So all of you must be aware of a few sessions that have been going on previously, or you must have indulged in some group discussions in the previous sessions. Group discussions, had a talk on group discussions, what it is. So, why are group discussions a part of the selection process? Have you wondered about that? What is the need for us to get involved in a group discussion to get selected for a job? Why must we participate in a group discussion?
To know everyone's opinion.
If you face an interview, you get to know another's opinion.
That how the candidate is reacting,
How the candidate is reacting.
like in question and answer.
So, can't it be done during an interview?
How well is the coordination between the participants, between the audience, between the people who are participating?
You are going on the right track. How is the coordination between the participant and the others in the group? But my question is, why do we need to do that? Why do we need to assess that?
So that we can understand how well that person works in a team.
So that we can understand how that person works in a
Team. Is he a team player or is he an individual player?
Okay. So if supposing he is a team player, how will it contribute to his job? Is he supposed to play in a team when he is in a job?
Sure.
How?
Because most of the activities which he would be assigned, he would be working with a team. Let's say there are 10 activities, so maybe B or E would be performed by him, and then he have to coordinate with others to come for the completion of the task.
Okay. So partly, whatever you said is correct. Now what happens is, I guess most of you are students over here. Anybody who's employed? Anybody who's already employed? You working somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your profile? What are you working?
I'm working in organization. I have a project of Amazon CSR. Basically, we organize distribution programs or social programs.
Okay. So we must have a fair good amount of knowledge about how much of what percentage of time we spend in organizing meetings, conducting meetings, participating in meetings. Every job, when you go into a job, you will find that most of the times you are involved in meetings, because it is only through meetings that you get to know more about your job, more about what you have to do. Right? So you will find people calling you into meetings, people, making you responsible to conduct meetings. So either you are conducting meetings, participating in meetings, or you are kind of within that organization in which the meetings tell you more about what you're going to do in the organization. So, group discussions are preparatory sessions for meetings in your job life. That is why group discussions are held, so that your bosses can analyze what role you will play when You will be conducting a meeting, chairing a meeting, or participating in a meeting. So, group discussions are practices for meetings that you will have to attend later on when you get into any kind of job. Most of the jobs are what? We are either selling goods or we are selling services. Right? Either buying goods, selling goods, or buying services, selling services. And for each activity to be done, there needs to be a coordination within the team members of the organization. And for that purpose, meetings are held. So, group discussions इसलिए मैंडेटरी है because they make you prepare to face meetings or conduct meetings. Right? So you all must know when you are gearing up to enter the workforce, you all must know one very crucial thing that is a part of every person's job life, and that is meeting. Okay, so today we will talk about how this process goes. An interview is conducted, and then later on, yeah, and then later on, you can be sent for the group discussion. Interview में select करेंगे, only selected people are sent for the group discussion. So it is said that a person. Tomorrow I have a session on leadership qualities. So leader आप देखोगे, if you have faced a group discussion, automatically comes out from within the group. अपने आप एक leader आ जाता है बाहर. It is not designed but it automatically happens. Alright? So similarly, what happens here is in a meeting, people discuss on the different agenda. So to save on time, if there are 99 candidates, you select a few candidates in the interview, only take their group discussion. You are saving on time. Or if there are many, you take a group discussion, only selected ones are sent to the interviews. So meetings and group discussions save on time of the people who are involved. Now, who is supposed to conduct a meeting? Okay. The person who conducts the meeting is known as the chairman of the meeting. Not the chairman of the company, but the chairman of the meeting who conducts it. So, what is his responsibility? His responsibility is to send people the information that the meeting has to be conducted at a particular place. If the information is not sent, people may not reach the venue of the meeting. Secondly, he sends the notice and the agenda. I'll talk about the notice and the agenda later on. So, he is responsible for organizing the meeting. He may not be the chairman of the company, but he is the person who is the organizer of the meeting. He is called the chairman of the meeting. Right? So, if supposing you are made the chairman or the chairperson of a meeting, so what kind of role you should play during a meeting? What is expected of you during a meeting? So, the chairman has to have a few qualities. First thing is, he must have the quality of making people discuss on a topic. If the chairperson is himself reticent, he thinks, जो होना है मीटिंग में होने दो, मैं बैठा हुआ हूँ. So what will happen? There is no generation of discussion. Okay? So उनके पास क्या होना चाहिए? He must have the tact, he must have the knack, the technique of making people discuss. उनको discussion नहीं करना. He has to bring out conclusion, right? So जो group discussion करवाता है आपका, he must have that knack to make people discuss. Okay? That is the first thing. Secondly, he must have knowledge on the subject, without which he cannot possibly indulge in a discussion. And he must have the time sense to finish the discussion within the stipulated time. आप देखते हो ना पार्लियामेंट सेशंस, अगर आप लोगों ने देखा होगा in the news, what happens? People are going on discussing beyond time, and the speaker is like banging on the table. Please wind up, please finish up, or please let us reach a conclusion. There is utter chaos, right? So you must have the sense to finish within the stipulated time. That is the role of a chairperson. Another very important thing that you all must have as good speakers is to keep your temper in check. And whenever you are in a group discussion too, sometimes what happens? People get into your personal zone. And then you tend to retaliate back. You tend to say in opposition to what is being said to you. Then what happens? You get into a dyadic discussion. Okay? What do you mean by a dyadic discussion? A dyadic discussion? Supposing a group discussion is being held within groups of 8 to 10 members. one of the members says, supposing that there must not be any examinations, right? And you are highly against that statement. So you enter into a discussion trying to stop him from saying that, and you both are involved in a discussion. And the entire group there is sitting down. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने बाकी लोगों को इन्वॉल्व नहीं किया. Group discussion is not a dialogue, okay, where you are entering into a discussion only with one person and ignoring the other members of the group. So chairman का role क्या होता है? If this kind of discussion is going on, so he has to intervene politely and say, we must all discuss, and it is not a discussion between any two people. So another very, very crucial thing is he has to keep his temper cool. पार्लियामेंट में देखते हो ना, सारे लोग चिल्लाते रहते हैं, कुर्सी फेंक देते हैं. But does the speaker involve in that? Speaker तो involve नहीं होता ना. उसको शांत रहना पड़ता है because he or she has to control the entire session. चाहे उनके पार्टी के अगेंस्ट ही क्यों ना बोले, चाहे उनके अगेंस्ट ही क्यों ना बोले, the speaker cannot afford to lose his cool. So good speakers never lose control. If you are a chairman of a meeting, you are conducting a meeting, you cannot afford to lose your cool. You have to remain calm and composed at all times. Alright? Now, supposing that there are two people who are fighting to the nail. So how should you, as the chairperson, what should be your role? You have joined a company, you are involved in a meeting, and people are fighting tooth and nail. And you are supposed to conduct that meeting. So how should you react? What should you do? These are all small tips on your personality and also how you will manage situations. If people are fighting tooth and nail, if you are raising your voice on top of that, nobody is going to listen to you, right? So you need to remain quiet for some time. Look at the two people who are fighting, stare at them, give a good stare. And even after that, if they continue, then you must interrupt politely. ये ट्रिक कभी भी आजमा के देखना. If people are talking at a very high pitch, very roughly, आप उसके एकदम extreme जाके बोलो. You have to be extreme polite and extreme sweet. If you are doing that, the person who is at this level shouting will automatically come down. Okay? So at all costs, if somebody is rough, being impolite, the only way that you can handle is to be extra polite to that person, and you will find him automatically from that topmost pitch, he will come down. And that is how you will be able to control the situation. Okay? This is one. If there is a conflict. Now, many a times it so happens that a person is speaking out of context and he is going on. As you see, it's written a monopolizer. ठीक है? मीटिंग में दो तरह के लोग होते हैं. One is the monopolizer. Means उसको बात करना बहुत पसंद है. And if he is given a chance to speak, he does not look into the time. He goes on and on. And when somebody speaks more than necessary, so he will obviously speak things that are not essential. Right? So हर meeting का एक agenda होता है. We will come to it. So what happens is, if people go on speaking, they are monopolizers. उनको लगता है माइक मेरे पास आया, अभी किसी के पास जाना नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ मैं ही बोलूंगा. Right? So what should you do? आपकी मीटिंग में ऐसा बंदा है who thinks that only I should speak. He is not giving the mic to anybody else. He is not allowing others to speak. He is not listening to other people. So what should you do? This is not going to be a monologue. This workshop is not going to be only I am speaking and you are listening. I want your views too. If there is somebody who is going on and is not looking into time also, and you have pretty many things to do, so what will you do?
I mean, they'll give large chance.
No, he is not waiting for his chance. He has come up. वो chance के लिए wait नहीं किया है. He has come up और आ गया और बोलने लगा, किसी को बोलने नहीं दे रहा. Because these are things you will face when you become team leaders, when you will be leading teams.
उसको बोलने ही देंगे.
कितनी देर बोलने दोगे? वो तो रुक ही नहीं रहा. टॉपिक से डायरेक्ट हो चुका है.
We will interrupt them in a polite way so that he could listen and take his own seat.
So supposing if such kind of a person is who is not looking into time, who does not want to stop and is speaking out of context, he has to be interrupted but politely telling him that, okay, we are today talking only about increase in production. We are not talking of people going on vacation. ठीक है, हम वेकेशन की बात आज नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम सिर्फ इस टॉपिक पे बात कर रहे हैं कि how we can increase production so that he can come to the point. This is the first kind of people, that is the monopolizer, who try to monopolize the meeting, right? Now, second kind of people are the commentators. क्लास में भी मिलते हैं ना ऐसे जो बैक बेंचर्स होते हैं, और वो क्या करते हैं, चाय ठंडी है, मीटिंग में भी जाओगे ना तो यू विल फाइंड दीस काइंड ऑफ पीपल. अभी आप लोगों को क्या होता है, अरे यार मेस का खाना अच्छा नहीं था, स्टूडेंट्स, राइट? बट जब आप प्रोफेशनल्स बनोगे, सो व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू डू, दे आर गोइंग टू टेल यू चाय, और हमेशा ठंडी चाय पिलाती है, मीटिंग में बुला लेते हैं, फिर ठंडी चाय पियो. वन पर्सन. सेकेंड, समोसा तो दे रहा था ना जब बुलाए हो मीटिंग, वेयर इज द समोसा? एंड दे आर नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग एनीथिंग टू द मीटिंग. उनकी दुनिया अलग बन चुकी है. कहाँ? पीछे बैक बेंचेस. मीटिंग किस लिए बुलाई गई है? सो दैट everybody can share their views. How to increase production. हमारा मीटिंग का टॉपिक है प्रोडक्शन कैसे इंक्रीज करें. बट उनकी दुनिया अलग बन चुकी है. चाय समोसे की, कैसे चाय पे चर्चा. So
पॉलिटिकल टूर पर चर्चा होगी.
So how to involve them? अब ये चाय समोसे पार्टी वालों को कैसे इन्वॉल्व करना है इन मीटिंग?
उनसे आइडिया ले सकते हैं
कैसे जाएगा?
ज्यादातर समय में उनके पास कंस्ट्रक्टिव आइडिया होते नहीं है, ज्यादातर समय से. बट मेनी टाइम्स यू विल फाइंड वेरी फ्रूटफुल आइडियाज ओनली फ्रॉम द चाय पार्टी. है ना? समथिंग दैट अदर पीपल हैव नॉट थॉट ऑफ.
Yes.
But those people have thought of something extraordinary. So, as a person who is conducting the meeting, आपको क्या करना है? उनको बुलाना चाहिए. Please come forward. Please have a seat here. Let us discuss. Secondly, as a chairperson, seating को change करना चाहिए. How? Seating must not be like this. Seating must be like this, so that everybody is in the first bench. Row wise seating होगी तो पीछे चाय पे चर्चा चलेगी. But if everybody is sitting at the front bench, तो चाय पे चर्चा कम होगी. Right? Then seating can be changed a little. So when you are the chairperson conducting a meeting, तो seating का ध्यान रखना चाहिए आपको, keeping in view the two kinds of people, the monopolizers and the commentators. So उनके लिए, especially commentators के लिए, seating को alter करने की जरूरत है. Now, many times ऐसे होता है, you are not being listened to. हाँ बोल रहे हो, I am taking a constructive decision कि every employee has to report at 9 a.m. ठीक है? But people are ignoring that. अपने बातों में लगे. And you are asking a suggestion, कितने बजे report करना है? 9 बजे, 9:15 बजे, 10 बजे. People are not listening to you. At such a condition, you have to take a decision and inform them. Everybody must report at 9:15 every day. This is what you are doing. आप उन लोगों को अपना decision बताएं. So a person who is conducting a meeting has to have his own sense of decision. कब मुझे अपना decision उनको बताना है, कब मुझसे view लेना है. So you have to take a proper decision and inform them. उसके बाद you make sure that they abide by it. जब वो सुन नहीं रहे हैं, तो your decision they have to follow. ये decisiveness आप में होना चाहिए when you are conducting a meeting. Then plan, meeting का जो plan है, वो पूरा आपको बनाना है. What points we are talking on? Those plans have to be execute करने के लिए सबसे पहले आपके दिमाग में होना चाहिए that these are the things I have to tell them ताकि ये मेरे कंपनी में execute हो सके. And definitely you have to facilitate a conclusion. When I don't know how many of you have participated in group discussions. Raise your hands, those who have participated in group discussions. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 8, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Okay, so did your group reach a conclusion? When you participated in the group discussion, did it reach a conclusion?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All 5 times the conclusion was reached?
No, ma'am. Sometimes we leave the meeting.
We have to always finish our conclusion.
But sometimes
We postpone the meeting.
ऐसा होता है कि आज चलो ये ग्रुप डिस्कशन आज हम सिलेक्शन करने आए. सपोजिंग आई एम द कंपनी एंड आई हैव कम टू सिलेक्ट 5 पीपल. मैं ये बोलूं कि चलो आज का ग्रुप डिस्कशन पोस्टपोन कर देते हैं, मैं कल फिर आ जाऊंगा रिक्रूटमेंट करने. ऐसा हुआ है क्या? नेवर विल इट हैपन. कभी ऐसा नहीं है. सो ग्रुप डिस्कशन की जब आप प्रैक्टिस करो, सो इट इज वेरी एसेंशियल दैट यू रीच अ कंक्लूजन. If you are going on with your views without reaching a conclusion, so you will never get recruited because you आपको select इसीलिए कर रहे कि जब आप मीटिंग कंडक्ट करोगे तब उसको भी आप मिड में छोड़ दोगे. हो गई फिर कंपनी का कंटाधार. One meeting going on for so many days. कोई कंक्लूजन नहीं निकला है। प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज करने के लिए क्या करें, उसके लिए एक मीटिंग के बजाय 5 मीटिंग हो गई, नो कंक्लूजन। सो कंपनी की रिसोर्सेस, people's time, everything is wasted. So make sure when you are participating in a group discussion, there has to be a conclusion. If not, the person who is conducting the meeting has to facilitate people to reach a conclusion. उनको सबसे पहले तो उनके पास ये tact होना चाहिए to make people discuss, and then he must throw the question at their end. So what do you think? Can production be increased? Some will say yes, maybe, may not be. 3 groups of people, again उनको facilitate करो discussion, and finally reach a conclusion. There cannot be a without a conclusion, and the person who frames the conclusion gets the highest marks in the group discussion. क्योंकि कंक्लूजन के बाद फिर कोई डिस्कशन नहीं होता है। The person who concludes usually is the most vociferous of speakers, जो चीजों को एनालाइज करके फाइनली एक कंक्लूजन पे आता है, तो उसको सबसे ज्यादा पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं। इनिशिएटर generating the discussion and the person who is concluding, इनको सबसे ज्यादा points मिलता है, because in a meeting also you need to generate the discussion and reach a conclusion. और अगर नहीं तो चेयरपर्सन का ये रूल है कि मीटिंग का कंक्लूजन होने के बाद ही वो मीटिंग खत्म करे within stipulated time. So time management too is very, very crucial. Now, coming to a part of the meeting, this is also very, very important. That is, the chairperson is the one who has conceived the idea, right? What is the conception of this idea? That I am planning to call a meeting on production control or increasing production. So, prior planning is to be done by the chairperson, and then what does he do? He sends notice to people to conduct for the conduction of the meeting, the date, the venue, the time. Everything has to be planned by the chairperson, and he is required to send a written notice. Oral notice नहीं, कल मीटिंग है आ जाना. So what will happen? Nobody will turn up. But if a written notice is sent to them, they are made to sign on it. They know the venue, they know the time, they know where they have to be at what time. If they have signed on it, they will definitely be bound to reach that place. So the notice has to be sent prior, at least a week beforehand, to all the members who are supposedly to be in the meeting. Coming to the next part, which is known as the agenda. I was talking to you about the agenda. Okay, so what do you think is the agenda of a meeting?
The topics of titles.
Right. Agenda is what you are going to discuss upon. If the agenda is not told to people that we are today going to talk on increase in production, so people will come and start saying, "Sir, मेरे को तो पिछले वीक छुट्टी नहीं मिली थी, मैं अप्लाई किया था, आपने छुट्टी नहीं लिया." But that is not the agenda of the meeting.
प्रमोशन का देख लीजिएगा ऐसा,
right? मेरा इंक्रीमेंट नहीं हुआ, सिर्फ 2 साल हो गए, प्रमोशन नहीं हुआ. Anything under the sun can be discussed in a meeting. So agenda for meeting is very important, and this depends on the chairperson who will plan out the agenda and send it prior hand so that people do not go out of context in a meeting. When we are talking of speaking skills, we are talking of enhancing our speaking skills. So instead of developing fluency, definitely fluency you all must develop. You must all be very fluent while you are speaking. But the very essence, the very crux of public speaking or speaking or developing fluency is to know what not to say. Okay? It is very important to know what not to say. What to say, everybody knows, and everybody thinks that जो sentence एक line की होती है, उसको हम we can go on spreading it to say a paragraph while we are speaking. But as it is a principle of communication, conciseness means brief as you can be. A person who is brief and to the point, who can speak short to the point, is one who has control over language. अगर आपके control में language नहीं होता है तो what do? You go on speaking and speaking because you are not getting the right words. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो? जो चीज एक लाइन में एक्सप्लेन की जा सकती है उसको आप 5 लाइन्स में एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो, गोइंग राउंड अबाउट. So the essence of good communication is what? KISS, KISS. ये याद रहेगा सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? What is that? Not वो किस जो आप लोग सोच रहे हो?
Ma'am, I know one case. That is Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences.
No, not Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. KISS, keep it short and simple. Okay? That is the crux of good communication, which you all must remember. Keep it short and simple. जितना ज्यादा चीजों को घुमाओगे, जितना ज्यादा वर्ड्स यूज करोगे, you will see your communication is not reaching the target audience. So आपको क्या करना है? Keep it very short and simple and know when to speak, when not to speak, what to speak and what not to speak is more important. What not to speak, right? So agenda is important because people in India especially do not know what not to speak. वो क्या करते हैं? They speak anything under the sun. कुछ भी का मतलब है anything under the sun. ठीक है? So agenda is very important in every meeting. So remember this when you participate in group discussions also. अगर आपका group discussion का topic है that Indo-China relations, right? Don't go into Ukraine. आपको जहां तक बोला जा रहा है वही बोलिए, उसी टॉपिक के precisely बोलिए. So the essence of a good communicator is one who uses less to communicate more. You will find asking people, okay, why were you late today? That could be answered in one line. Because of traffic jam. What will be the answer? Sir, I got up, then I reached the place, there I found so many bikes parked, then I could not take out my bike, then I reached there, then I found that there was a traffic jam over it, so that is why sir I could not. By that time, your boss is bugged. Use little to communicate more. And for that, use precise vocabulary. So it is a part of your your behavior during a meeting. We have been parts of meeting professionals. They know 80% लोग बोलते हैं 80% हमारा टाइम मीटिंग में बर्बाद हो गया. Why is that बर्बाद? Because people don't know when to stop. जो मीटिंग 5 बजे खत्म होनी थी वो मीटिंग एक्सटेंड कर गई 6:30 7 o'clock तक, because people don't know where to stop. कितना बोलना है और क्या नहीं बोलना. That is very important कि क्या नहीं बोलना है, people must know. So for those people is the agenda of the meeting. So as a chairperson आपको क्या करना चाहिए? Always agenda, जैसे ही कोई agenda से बाहर की बात करे उसको लाइन में लाना है. That we are talking of production, we are not talking of casual leaves, right? Now, this is what we discussed, and important thing is there may be many agendas to one meeting. एक meeting में ये हो सकता है you are asked to discuss, say, many things like people turning up late. Second, issue of electricity. Third, supply of water. Finally, production control. So आपको क्या करना है? जो least important topic है वो सबसे first रहे. Okay? And the most important topic will be discussed at the last. उसको agenda में grade करके you are to send to people that these are the agenda that need to be discussed in the meeting. Now coming to minutes. Any idea what are minutes? Summary. Okay.
Conclusion of meetings.
Minutes of meeting is stipulated time for from inaugural to starting of the session.
Simple चीज है, याद रखना. Minute to minute account is minutes. Okay. Minutes का मतलब है keeping minutes, it is called, is minute to minute account. आप कैसे लिखते हो minutes को? That line 5, the chairman entered the seminar hall or the venue. 9:2, the meeting started. 9:3, the agenda was told. 9:4, the first speaker spoke. 9:10, a question was raised. 9:20, the second agenda was brought in. ऐसे हर minute to minute account रखा जाता है of a meeting. Okay, so there is a person who is assigned to write minutes of the meeting. Now, why do you think this is written? क्या जरूरत है? मीटिंग तो हो गई.
You don't have to be meeting. It's what are the conclusion and taken from the particular meetings. Means
वो भी डिस्कस हो गया.
after multiple meetings, what the result we got.
वो भी डिस्कस हो गया. क्या रिजल्ट हो गया?
Meetings का record करने के लिए. Meetings का record करने के लिए.
मीटिंग्स का
Record actually.
मीटिंग्स का रिकॉर्ड एक्टिविटी is one. ऐसा हो सकता है ना, there may be many people who are required in the meeting but on that day they are not present. So how will they understand क्या decision लिया गया? Okay, so minutes को जब लिखते हैं उसके बाद it is circulated to all members that this is the decision taken. Decision taken is we will all reach at 9:15. पर जो लोग एब्सेंट है वो अगले दिन 10 बजे आ सकते हैं because they can say हमें तो पता ही नहीं है. So the minutes will be circulated to absentees who will sign saying that okay, I have understood what are the discussions taken place and I abide by it. Right? So the minute has a record of people who are present, attending and those who are also absent, उनके पास भी हो जाता है, so that everybody knows what is the decision taken by the company. Now, it is a legal document. दूसरी चीज ये जब all of you know this that written communication is always better than oral one because it has legal validity, right? Court of law पे बहुत सारी चीजें हो सकती हैं. Supposing that there is a person who has committed a murder somewhere else, और पुलिस आती और वो ये कहते कि मैं तो मीटिंग में था, कह सकता है ना, मैं उस समय पे मीटिंग में था, मीटिंग हुई है उस समय, but the minutes is a legal document that tells them that this person was not present in the meeting at that time. Right? So in the court of law, any written document cannot be challenged. So it has legal validity. So ये records इसलिए रखे जाते हैं so that in case any legal hassles are there, the written document can be treated as a final one. Another thing is when you are writing minutes, supposing that in the meeting your best friend he has been scolded by the chairman, तो आप minutes लिख रहे हो, तो आप उसको नहीं लिख रहे हो, क्यों? मेरे दोस्त को डांटा है उन्होंने, how can I write put it on record ना, बाकी लोगों को भी पता चल जाएगा. That is not done because in minutes you cannot show any kind of emotion or personal attachment. Even if somebody whom you don't like, उसको बहुत appreciation मिला है, you have to record it when you are writing minutes. Since it is an official document, no show of emotion must be in the document. You have to record it as it is, as it has happened in the meeting. Now, these are the things that must be there in minutes. First, the name of the organization or the unit, time, venue, people who are present, name of the chairman, secretary, people who are absent, and if there are any people from who have been specially invited to attend the meeting, all these, and then finally what have been discussed and the chairman and the secretary's signatures are there on record. Now, I have told you about the chairman in a meeting. There is also the secretary in a meeting. And who is just equally responsible for the conduct of the meeting like the chairman. उसका role भी बहुत important होता है. So what does he do? He collects all the names of people who are supposedly to attend the meeting. Why does he do that? Later on, somebody does not get an information regarding a meeting. Somebody calls him up. Where is the venue? He does not know the numbers. He does not know when to tell them where to go. So he has to keep a record of all people who are attending the meeting. And in case there is a minute secretary who होता है जो पूरा minutes लिखता है. In case the minute secretary is not there, he has to write down the minutes. Alright? This is the role of the secretary. Coming to the role of participants. Now these are people who are attending the meeting. Okay? So उनका क्या role रहता है? First thing is they must be prepared. क्योंकि आपको एजेंडा पहले से जा चुका है. We are discussing only production. So you must be prepared. Like for example, if you are supposedly facing a group discussion, so you must have an idea of the topics that may be given to you. All contemporary topics, topics on the environment. Rarely ऐसा होता है कि आपके सब्जेक्ट से आपको टॉपिक दिया जाए. You will be very lucky कि अगर आप केमिस्ट्री वाले हो आपको एनवायरमेंटल साइंस का टॉपिक मिल गया, बट यूजुअली ऐसा नहीं होता है. सो यू मस्ट बी प्रिपेयर्ड विद ऑल कंटेम्पररी हैपनिंग्स, all national happenings, international happenings, ranging from the foreign affairs to international relations. ये सारे topics are usually asked in a group discussion. Anything that is happening near about your times. History से group discussion का topic बहुत कम, very rare. So, like the prepared person, you have to prepare the topic because you know that these may be the areas in which I may be asked to discuss. So similarly, in a meeting, usually people who are meticulous employees, they prepare the topic. They know that this particular topic पे मीटिंग होने वाली है, so I must have my ideas on how to increase production. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि I am sitting bum when I am asked. So you prepare well in advance for the meeting. Secondly, the discussion contributor and not the commentator. The commentator is commenting on fruitless talk, which does not yield any result. But you need to be the discussion generator. That is, if you are finding. Now, anybody who will tell me the difference between a debate and a group discussion? A debate and a group discussion?
In debates.
No one?
Authors and interfere between.
डिबेट पे एक ही टॉपिक को लेके बहस होती है और ग्रुप डिस्कशन में एक ही टॉपिक को लेके डिस्कस किया जाता है. ग्रुप डिस्कशन में आर्गुमेंट होता है, निकालना होता है डिस्कशन
प्रोस और कॉन्स के बीच में मतलब कुछ पर्सन प्रोस के बारे में बोलते हैं, कुछ कॉन्स के बारे में.
Okay. So debate में क्या होता है? There may be usually argumentative topics are there in debates. Like, are girls better managers?
Yes.
Okay. She's immediately started saying yes. अब दूसरा बंदा को immediately बोलेगा no. So this is the kind of topic that is meant for a debate. लेकिन यही topic suppose is given for a group discussion, no matter whether irrespective of my gender, whether I am a woman or a man, whatever is rational, I have to say. Secondly, if somebody comes up with a statement that is logically correct, I have to agree with him, right? So when you agree with another person, it shows you are flexible, you are not rigid. लेकिन डिबेट में क्या होता है? Even if you know that he is correct, you hold on to your view and try and prove what you are saying is correct. Right? So जब आप group discussion में हो, so we were talking about the person who is the discussion generator. You are finding that one person is remaining quiet. वो बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं बोल रहे. 6 लोग हैं, उसमें से 4 लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, 2 लोग कुछ नहीं बोल रहे. So you need to take a lead and ask him, my friend, what is your view on this? इसमें आपको points मिलेंगे. You are trying to generate the discussion. आप generate कैसे करते हो? By asking people's views. अपना ही नहीं बोलना है. ये देखना है कि all 6 are discussing. So, how do you generate a discussion? Is by asking his opinion. What do you feel on this? I do not think women are better managers. What do you think? And I think men are more logical and capable of handling work and women are emotional, they cannot handle work. So what do you think? So definitely he'll say something. Right? So that is how you need to generate a discussion. और कई बार ऐसे होता है, those who have experienced being in group discussions, that all 6 remain quiet. Nobody has anything to say, right? So during that time, again you need to generate, come forward, ask people's opinion. Do you think that the youth of today is lazier than our previous generations?
Yes.
So people say yes, people will say no, and if yes, why? If no, why? And if you think that what the other person is saying, you do not agree, then not like a debate, you have to raise your voice. You need to summarize my friend here says that the present generation youth is lazier. I do not think so. And the reason being is this. And if someone is not saying anything, join him in, bring him in to the discussion. That is what? That is the discussion contributor. So 3 things you have to keep in mind. You have to first be prepared for the topic. Many a times, what do you think? A topic is given to you. Should you be the first person to speak? No?
Not at all.
But if then nobody is speaking
Yeah.
and you have no idea of the topic.
Then, like, Indians कर लेते हैं.
What do you mean, man?
Indians कर लेते हैं.
And then they fall into the trap. So, but if you are very sure of the topic, the initiator gets more marks. मैंने आपको evaluation बता दिया है group discussion का. The initiator, person who initiates the discussion, gets more marks. So if you are absolutely sure of the topic, you must initiate the discussion. But if suppose you think I have a vague idea, I am not very sure what I should say, you can take risk somebody else taking a lead. And then you can be the second person to speak. But if you find you have a vague idea that nobody else is speaking to, then comes a very tricky part. कोई बोल भी नहीं रहा, मुझे भी idea नहीं. Then you can start it in a broad way. Like suppose you are given a topic like birds of a feather flock together. So, what do you say? Birds of a feather flock together is the topic given to you. हमने बोला था हम मैनेज कर लेते हैं.
हाँ तो वो depends like अगर हम लोग किसी वाइल्ड लाइफ सेमिनार को अटेंड कर रहे हैं तो डिस्कशन है तो ये because
it has got absolutely nothing with the wildlife seminar. The platform is general. You are appearing for a job interview. Any position doesn't matter. This is a proverb.
then I don't have any idea.
क्या करोगे? That is what that is. You have to use your jurisdiction. इसको इस स्टेटमेंट को try and decode. Birds of a feather. छोड़ दो, समझ नहीं आया ना? Flock together तो समझ आ रहा है. When I flock together, तो समझ आ रहा है. Second part of the sentence समझ आना है. First part is decoded. Flock, FLOCK, flock together. MIT वाले कितने हैं यहाँ पे? फ्लॉक वाले क्या होता है? कितने सारे एमिटी वाले? फ्लॉक टुगेदर वाले क्या होता है? FLOCK, what do you mean by flock? टुगेदर,
साथ में
साथ में, कौन साथ रह सकते हैं? बर्ड्स ऑफ अ फेदर फ्लॉक टुगेदर, गूगल यूज नहीं कर सकते. सिंपल चीज है, लाइक माइंडेड पीपल स्टे टुगेदर. Okay, so people are, देखोगे, those people who are into say spirituality will stay in a group. People who are into rowdyism will stay in a group. Birds of a feather flock together. Any kind of proverbs may also be given for group discussions. और वो सबसे difficult topics होते हैं, because those are difficult to decode. Okay, a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. ऐसा टॉपिक भी आ सकता है. So what I'm saying is you be prepared with proverbs, sayings, contemporary issues, whatever is happening in the contemporary world, politics, national and international, environmental issues. These are the hottest topics for group discussions. इनको आपको, at least you must know a little bit about each of these, so you can be a contributor. Alright? And then the idea generator. Supposing there is a group discussion going on a particular topic, and people are kind of hunting for ideas. So you have to have that little spark in yourself. It is not a matter of language. ठीक है? कभी ये मत सोचना कि मैं उतना fluent नहीं हूँ in English, so I cannot contribute. It is not at all a matter of language. You find people who are कोई भी language में जिसमें आप अपने आप को express कर सकें. I mean, not the vernacular, means English, Hindi. In whichever language you can express yourself. Doesn't matter if the entire group is speaking in English. अगर आपको लगता है I can express myself better in Hindi, the idea that I have inside me, because what happens is usually, I do not know if most of you people belong from, from the English medium. People tend to translate from one language to another to speak. उसमें क्या होता है? It takes a time, and you are hunting for the right words. So group discussion should never be a matter of language. It is only a matter of pause, fluency, expressing your ideas in the right way. चाहे आप वो हिंदी में बोलो, चाहे इंग्लिश में बोलो. Right? So, if you think you are more fluent in Hindi, let the entire group speak in English. Doesn't matter. But if you have that one idea that can change the entire mode of the group discussion, you will find you are coming out with the maximum marks. So, in the meeting too, you will find that people who are brilliant with the ideas, as I told you, हो सकता है वो चाय पार्टी में बैठा हो, लेकिन उसके पास the most brilliant of ideas हो, so he can score the best. He can give the best idea in the meeting, and he can get loads of promotions. Right? So, in a nutshell, what I wanted to tell you is, जो group discussions के लिए आप prepare करते हो, it is a preparatory form to make you a good participant, a good contributor, a better idea generator in a meeting. और इसीलिए group discussions की practice होती है. Group discussions को job selection का एक बहुत mandatory part माना जाता है. If there are people in the group discussion who are giving the discussion, see, now when the group discussion takes place, what happens? जो person company से आया है, Does he sit with the group? He doesn't. Huh? He is somewhere in the corner, way ahead or behind, and he's keeping a tab, he's keeping a watch. Watch for what? For everything, including your body language, the way you are contributing, your interaction with other members of the group, and how you are putting forth your ideas. So, whenever you are sitting during a meeting too, you must be very careful of the body language. Like, the way in which you sit in a meeting must be, you are not sitting at the edge of your chair, you are not sitting reclined on your chair. एकदम reclined बैठे हैं तो क्या शो करता है? You people have attended body language sessions, right? हाँ. एकदम reclined बैठे हैं तो क्या शो करता है? बिल्कुल नहीं. Reclined बैठे हैं. Reclined बैठे हैं तो शो करता है you're very lazy. मैं तो अपने घर में बैठा हूँ. जो बोलना है बोलूँ. If you're sitting at the edge of the chair, it shows मैं इस group discussion से डरा हुआ हूँ. मैं अभी के अभी जैसे ही finish होगा मैं उठ के चल जाऊँगा. Right? So don't sit at the edge of the chair. Don't recline and sit as if you're very, very comfortable and complacent. Sit with your back erect on your chair, which shows attentiveness. Second thing, do not cross your legs at the knees. If you have to cross them, cross at your ankles. Okay? Bad body languages, crossing your arms. Okay? Crossing your arms shows I want you to remain off from me. I'm keeping an arm barrier. Crossing your knees also shows I am not wanting you to be, I am threatened by you. So never cross your arms and your legs when you are in an interview, when you are in a group discussion, when you are in a meeting. Showing interestedness in a group discussion, people are observing you. If supposing you are, say, like, not maintaining eye contact with the people around, shows you are literally wary of them. अगर कोई बहुत अच्छा बोल रहा है, I don't want to maintain eye contact with him. ये तो इतना अच्छा बोल रहा है, इसी को मिल जाएगा job. So I don't maintain eye contact with him. That's not done. Maintain eye contact with each and everyone. Another thing is, be very careful of your gestures. Gestures will include drumming on the table. कि आप सुन रहे हो, but you are drumming on the table. It shows impatience. Okay? Don't drum on the table. Don't play fidget with girls, usually with a dupatta or something. It shows you are a little nervous. Boys with a ring or with a pen ऐसे घुमाते रहते हैं ना. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Shows nervousness. These are small gestures which are observed. Losing your cool, no matter what. वहाँ हो सकता है किसी ने आप पे पर्सनल अटैक भी कर दिया हो. I mean, by say, many things can be said. No, don't lose your cool. If you're losing your cool, and you all know about stress interviews, right? Yes or no, right? Yes. Right? So, how much of stress you can take is something that is being observed. So don't lose your cool at any circumstance, whatever you're doing. Don't intrude upon your views with the other person. You can of course say, including का रूल यही है कि आपको सामने वाले के व्यूज को समराइज करना है. Say, Mr. Rajiv says so, but I think. That is the only rule how you should intercept in a meeting, intercept in a group discussion. By summarizing the other person's views. Right? So be observant of your body language, of your gestures, of your posture, of what you call the words that you use. No personal attack from your side. Nothing that involves another person who's there with me. No taking proper names. Oh, like कांग्रेस जब था तो फलाने प्रेसिडेंट ने प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ऐसे किया, बट अभी तो ऐसा ये हो रहा है. नो टेकिंग नेम्स. Even if it is the hottest political topic that you are discussing upon, you cannot afford to take any names in a group discussion. Okay? Generalized. It has to be generalized. So इस तरीके से you have to be in a meeting the idea generator, the discussion generator, and how you contribute to the meeting or to the interview depends on these very important things. That is the preparedness, the discussion contributoriness, and the generation of ideas. All right. So this is what I had to say today for all of you. Any questions that you may want to ask? Any questions? What? One and a half. Is it half? Of course. There's a workshop. जो मेरे को सुन के नोट्स लिखना है. नोट्स कभी काम नहीं आते, क्वेश्चंस ऑलवेज काम आते. Alright? So notes नहीं लिखना है. Get into it. Get into the scenario कि अगर मैं जॉब इंटरव्यू देने जाऊंगा, ग्रुप डिस्कशन कंडक्ट करूंगा, मीटिंग्स में रहूंगा, तो मेरे को क्या कंस्ट्रेंट्स आ सकते हैं? What are the things that I have to look? Right? Those must be the outcome that you take from here. Alright? And the habit of remaining, see, classes are different. Classes are different because you have hordes of students. The teacher is also in a mood to finish up the syllabus. So questions are not entertained, and you also don't think that we should be asking questions. But you are attending workshops like this. What is it that you are here for? Value addition. है ना? आप अपने जो डिग्रीज कर रहे हैं उसके अलावा why you are attending this, so that you can get some value addition. And for knowing how you can get value added to yourself, you have to do your own SWOT analysis. I'm sure everybody has done that.
Yes.
Right? So when you have analyzed yourself, you must know which are the areas that I need more inputs on. And yeah.
How to conclude in a group discussion?
Very important question. How to conclude? See, supposing if it is an argumentative topic, like are women better managers? तो वहाँ पे तो हो चुकी होती है दोनों genders की आपस में लड़ाई, and you want to conclude it. So if you say women are better managers, men are going to get very angry. If you say women are better managers, so that's not done. If you say yes, women are better managers, men are going to get angry. So the conclusion usually is a midway, a midway solution. So what should the solution be? That who is a better manager is irrespective of gender. Right? It is not gender that decides managerial skills. Many a times in many situations, women are cool, collective, handling part is better. Many a times, men are very tactful, logical. So it does not depend on the gender to be a better manager. After this, nobody can conclude this topic. Again, nobody can go back into women and men. So every time an argumentative topic is there, you have to find a midway solution and conclude and ensure that once you have concluded the discussion, nobody else will discuss. That will fit the maximum points.
If someone is absent in a agenda of happening in a company and he wants to show his disagreements with the conclusion of that he had taken in the agenda at the conclusion. So how can he give his points to in that agenda?
Yes.
If he is absent.
He is absent and he disagrees. So he has two ways. First is he is made to sign on that, right? So when he is signing on that, he can write a note, writing his views, and then signing. If he thinks that he strongly disagrees. Many a times it so happens that he thinks that he disagrees, but he can wait for a consecutive meeting on that. If it is a series of meetings, he can wait for the second meeting, or he can go and verbally speak. But if he strongly feels that I disagree with whatever has been decided, so he has to write. When the agenda is circulated to him, or when the minutes are circulated to him, he needs to write that I strongly disagree on point number 4 because I think this.
Okay, so some disrespect to that
No.
agenda.
No, not at all. See, disagreement, people think that disagreement will show disrespect. But disagreement may lead to further better ways. I'll give you an example. Once what happened, there was a truck going on a highway and it was overloaded. It was so overloaded that there was a narrow bridge, a bridge that was low in height, and this truck got stuck under it. So the driver called the owner, and then the police, everybody trying to push the truck to the other side. But it had got so stuck that it just wouldn't move. In the corner of that, the entire business that was going on was a small boy, 5-year-old. He tried telling to the driver, I have some idea. Nobody listened to him. You gotta go and stand there. बड़े-बड़े लोग कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे, तेरे idea का हम क्या करेंगे? He was poor stand. He was, getting badly rebuked. He went to the policeman that, sir, I have an idea. I can move the truck. They said, you can move the truck. Come on. You are only 5-year-old. You stand there. Nobody listened to him. And they went on, struggling with it. Then one of the cleaners, he thought, why not listen to this boy? He said, okay, Bata, what idea do you have? So he said, just puncture the tires. Where is it? Which so many people did not think of. They punctured the tire, the truck came down, moved across, filled the tires, went away. Problem solved. So many a times, people who are at the top of the hierarchy, they think they know the best. But it is not always so. As I told you, the hierarchy in the organization, the big boss at the top, वो क्या सोचता है? मेरी कंपनी है, मैं सबसे ज्यादा अच्छा जानता हूँ. But many a times, The person who is at worker 1 level can also disagree with certain things and give a better opinion, better view, better solution. So disagreement is not bad, not always. Of course, you disagree, but make a point to disagree politely. I beg to differ, sir, on point number 4. And you can. Any other questions? Okay, all done? Okay, so we wind up this session today. You have another lecture today, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So thank you, my gratitude for having me here. Thank you all so much. I guess something or the other you must have learned today from this session. Right? We will meet again tomorrow with another session. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Subarna ma'am, for that very informative section on minutes. Hope all of you have understood much about minutes, meetings, agenda, and how to make minutes. Once again, thank you, ma'am. So we'll have one more section. Take a break of 5 minutes. Are you I'm through. I just finished. क्या हाल चाल? ठीक है क्या?
You want a break? You can take 5 minutes. I will insist you should take break. Pressure हो गया है. अच्छा, दोबारा 27. और so total guys activities 3 days. But ये और
Stop taking laps, no?
the problem is
Once you start,
it's a forward. There is no cure also. There is no cure. My father said, so it's a genetic thing anyways. It's a working media. But it comes competition है सबको लेने के लिए General opposition पूरा on like आपका last year और teaching so you will be taking equal 40 session after lunch also first one अभी भल्ला का कौन खाएगा भल्ला का Tomorrow is 26. This lecture, 11, most probably inauguration lecture, most probably Anup sir, if he is not interested in today night I will 12:40, sir, he will take 41 and this will be business conversation with Dr. Anup sir. Instead of this one, instead of this 15 session, you will come to this post session. This post-lunch session that drop will take. So you see 4:31 lecture and 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock might get changed in hours. Same topic. Anup sir is beginning session. Not very sure whether he will. अनिल का कल कोई सेशन नहीं है
Sunday off. I'm working Sunday because Monday to
Anil is free. So 27 unit invitation. for 27. I'll write one lecture.
अच्छा we will get off ना?
अच्छा ये स्कैन कॉपी भेजना है या आउट ऑफ लेटर हेड में चलेगा? बस मुझे स्कैन करके साइन करके फिर देना होगा। वो चाहिए या ओनली लेटर हेड में मैं नाम लिख के दे दूं चलेगा? लेटर हेड मेरा साइन नहीं रहेगा चलेगा? हाँ अदरवाइज आई विल डू दैट नो इशू बिकॉज़ मुझे फोटो ही खींचना है।
साइन का नहीं चलेगा सर। आपका साइन कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है जानते हो?
सरकार होता है
आप बिना साइन के
अभी के लिए सर को भेजा कल ये सब हम सर का ये कि सेशन में बोले सर ऑफिस को बुला लेंगे कल शाम को इन्विटेशन सर किसी को चाहिए ना लास्ट मोमेंट में आप लोग तो है ही लास्ट मोमेंट में और देयर इज अ गैप आल्सो वी कैनॉट ऑल यू गाइस फॉर मोर देन 3 lectures देयर इज अ गैप सो वी कैनॉट गो बियॉन्ड द डेट दीस थिंग्स आर बीइंग लाइव स्ट्रीम NIT जो फंडिंग दे रहे हैं वो लोग वॉच कर रहे हैं एंड प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर इज कीपिंग एन आई ऑन इट इनॉग्रेशन के टाइम में प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर का पीए फोन किया यस सर कॉलिंग फ्रॉम NIT लाइक टू हैव इट लाइव ये नहीं करा अल्टीमेटली स्टार्टेड विद द लैपटॉप होल्डिंग लाइक दिस
आई सॉ सर
कुछ यूट्यूब लाइव
हमारे को आइडिया नहीं था इसलिए क्या करें लैपटॉप से ही शूट करें Tuesday we'll have our valedictory session in the language lab because चल रहा है लेकिन सॉफ्टवेयर किसी होशियार बच्चे ने ये आइकन हैज बीन शिफ्टेड permanently it is a dumb box and that Keralite fellow said that if they want to come down then they will take it in the and then establish a VPN virtual private network and we'll do that now it's a dumb box nothing else lab classes are there but these computers are not working absolutely no use जनता को बुला in the 5 minutes we get 15 minutes
चलो मैं शेयर कर सकता हूं चलो कल जो
आज का सेंटेंस जरूर नहीं है like session will be either taken by Anusa or Sajjad. Then after that, standing here, then I think usually
See, the topic is group discussion. Okay. What is going to happen is like we'll have the presentation, and if time permits us, we'll have a group discussion. I won't leave activity out of my schedule. I like to learn. Single meter. Not very good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so again, I have to share it on the over the mail. I have to email it for presentation. Are you going to attend the session or what is the scenario? Yeah, yeah.
ये ना अच्छा ही है
There's like that.
I called him.
Just a I want to show something over the sound system is working.
हॉलिडे प्लानिंग बॉलीवुड मूवी नहीं लगती
Okay. Yeah, you have no, not go PPT किस पर? ये वाला स्क्रीन है ना? PPT should be basically over the Google.
So, this are people to bring it? Definitely not yet, but we should start.
Yeah. Okay. So I welcome you back to the second session. Okay, that is group discussion and overview. Because of the orientation like that. How many of you know what group discussion is, or can you tell what is group discussion?
Discussing about any topic in a group.
Discussing about any topic in a group.
Telling own opinions.
Yeah, telling your own opinion. Fine. And
Two or more people discuss something.
two or more people discuss anything. Okay. You can go with it. Why do we discuss?
Ideas, exchange information.
Again, we are talking about the same communication thing. Why do we need it? Actually, we are telling about the process now. Okay. We are telling about the process. And you share ideas and these thoughts, etc. But why we do discussion?
To explore and on a topic like managing CRL or any
You get multiple tastes.
Multiple taste. Okay. As few people are youngsters, you might be thinking in that particular way. That is the reason we are having a group discussion. And optimized result. That is the one aspect which you are talking about. Fine. There are many more things which are common.
Interaction of employees.
Selection of
Interaction.
interaction. Actually, that is for the selection of the employees. Right now, what we are talking about. Got it? Because your this STTP is based on what? Professional and employability. Am I correct? So we are talking about the professional aspect as well as your employability. Okay. So this is the reason why we are having group discussion. This is clear to everyone? Agenda of today. So this is the content and this is the meaning. What we are talking about. Group discussion is group plus discussion. Okay. So if we talk about the etymology of is no, etymology means the origin of a particular word, where it has got originated and what its meaning is. We take meaning from that place. Okay. So when we talk about the group, it has come from the French word grouping, that is cluster, and discussion, it has come from Latin word discussus. Okay. It is past participle of discussion. Okay. Which means to strike or shake apart, break up, scattered, examine, discuss, etc. So we do not break anything, but we try to, mix ideas, thoughts, a kind of what? A kind of what we call churn kind of thing. Churning, churning of ocean, Indian mythology. Samudra Manthan, churning of ocean. Okay. So discussion is equivalent to that. It is exactly equal to that. If you are having a very good discussion, you are going to get what? Good results, good output. If you talk about the Samudra Manthan, what we got? Before what we got? Wish. What exactly its name was? This is particularly Indian mythology. Why I am discussing it is because in interviews it becomes a part of your questions nowadays. It is current. But, so if you talk about the group discussion, we have a group. What is the meaning of group? Two or more people will be a group, or it will be something else. Working for a common goal. That will be a group, not just a cluster of people will be. Okay, the ideology should be same. They should be, result oriented. They should have one sort of frequency. That will be so exactly if you talk about the meaning, a discussion between a group of participants on a particular topic. Okay, and it is a part of the selection process by most of the organizations and even education institutions. You go through interviews to get selected for certain courses. You know it. Initially, in the nursery and all, interviews are there. So it must become a part of life. An interview of whom? Parents. This is the life which you are living right now. Like, if you want your child to get admitted, you have to face them. So, the dimension is expanding day by day. Got it? Fine. Now, the candidates, what they do is they present facts, opinions, and conclusions. Got it? And it is used to screen candidates. Is it possible? Can we screen candidates using group discussion?
Yes, as in SSB examination.
Yeah, exactly. In banking as well. Okay. In banking as well, for PO, probationary officer and all, they do this. They happen on post, groups. Air Force exam. Yeah, exactly. So it plays a very important role. But have you ever thought what they might be seeking or looking in the candidate? Social
skills or
leadership skills, social skills,
teamwork.
Presence of mind, like on the spot, what is this?
Plus knowledge. So, if you think about games, we have decision making, problem solving, and personality test. I was asking the question about group discussion, aims for human development. So these are the certain aspects. Like for decision making, if you talk about the very important group discussion which we had in our India, can anyone quote it? The period which has made India as India.
Partition.
Yes, partition, but still India was not India until this happened. We are Indian, you are Indian citizen, how do you know? What makes you Indian citizen in the legal eyes? Constitution. How Constitution was formed?
Discussion in the parliament.
Constitutional?
Parliamentary discussion
Various committees were there, Constituent Assembly was there. You know or you don't know?
Yes,
sir.
You better know. Okay, so constitutional, parliamentary debates or constitutional debates were there.
Yeah.
That was a very big debate. If you go through the volumes, there are, I think so 11 or 12 volumes are there. The Constituent Assembly debates. The articles which you have, articles, Article 14,
Yes.
16, 15, 19, So that was the result of the very big group discussion. Fine. Now, if you talk about the problem solving, this is the group discussion thing is inbuilt in our Indian culture since ancient times. Before that, I will go to the personality test. Personality test thing is like we have already seen. It is required in the selection process. Got it? We apply this group discussion as a tool to filter jolly good candidates who are good enough to be employees in certain organizations. Is it clear? So these two things are clear: decision making and personality test. Is it clear? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll see the problem solving thing. For that reason, I had taken up that video. Before that, I would like to make a introductory scene. How many of you know about Ramayana? Most probably everyone. Okay. When initially I will very flashback, I will go very fast forward, I will move. There was a scenario like they have reached a kind of India and they came to know that Sita is in Lanka. So there was a problem. What was the problem? Who will go? Okay. So what they did? Group discussion. Okay. Just a second.
यही होना चाहिए। हाँ केसरी जी, अवधि पूरी होने तक भी युवराज अंगद वापस नहीं लौटे।
Okay, you can say.
वानर युद्ध पर ही हमारी सारी आशा शेष है।
Okay, this was the scene. Closely observe.
आशा की किरण सागर पार जगमगा रही और हम निराशा के अंधकार में असहाय होकर बैठे। अभी तक तो रावण का पता लगाने में असमर्थ थे और जब ठिकाना मिल गया तो वहां पहुंचने में लाचार बैठे। हताश तो हमें होना नहीं चाहिए। मेरे पिता महाबली पाली महाराज का कहना था, संसार में असंभव कुछ भी नहीं है, आकांक्षा होनी चाहिए। तुम में जो उत्साह है तुम्हारे योग्य है वाली कुमार। सेनापति का उत्साह ही सैन्य दल का बल होता है। तुम हमारे सेना नायक हो, हमें आज्ञा दो कि इस समय हम अपने इस अभियान में कैसे सफल होंगे, हमें क्या करना चाहिए। हे श्रेष्ठ, आप ज्येष्ठ हैं, बुद्धि का भंडार है, आप ही विचार कर इस कार्य की योजना बनाए। इसमें योजना क्या, ये तो पता चल ही गया है कि माता सीता कहाँ है। अब तो कैसे भी उनके दर्शन करके सारा हाल जानकर श्री राम जी के पास जाकर उन्हें सारा हाल सुनाना है। यही तो प्रश्न है मेरे भाई कि कौन इन 400 कोस समुद्र को डाल पाएगा और सीता माता का पता लगा पाएगा। वास्तव में तुम सब में मैं सबसे ज्येष्ठ हूँ, मुझे स्वयं ही अग्रगामी होना चाहिए, परंतु अब वृद्धावस्था के कारण मेरे अंदर वो शक्ति नहीं रही। अन्यथा देव दानव समुद्र मंथन मैंने देखा है, उस समय मुझमें अपार बल था। जब भगवान वामन ने 3 पग नापने के लिए अपना पैर बढ़ाया था, उस समय मैंने पर्वत वन कानन सहित समूची पृथ्वी की 21 बार प्रदक्षिणा की थी। अब यदि मैं साहस भी करूं तो न
Data science and analytics are not the trends of the future. They are happening right now.
योजना अर्थात 350 कोस तक तो पहुंच ही जाऊंगा, परंतु उससे तो काम बनेगा नहीं। पैकेज आमन जी, हमारे होते आपको जाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। मैं जाऊंगा, मैं 400 कोस लांग तो जाऊंगा, परंतु लौटने के विषय में संदेह है। नहीं युवराज, ये संभव नहीं। संदेह ना भी हो तो भी हम आपको जाने नहीं देंगे। आप सेना नायक हो हमारे, युवराज हो किसके नाते आपके जीवन को संकट में नहीं डाला जा सकता। ये भी कैसी विडंबना है, साधन सामने है फिर भी स्थिति हमसे दूर है, किनारा सामने है और हम क्यों कर्तव्य विमूढ़ बने डूब रहे हैं। हताश न हो युवराज अंगद, मार्ग मिलने पर भी लक्ष्य सिद्ध न हो ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता। श्री राम काज करने में सबसे आतुर अंजनी कुमार गुमसुम न जाने किस विचार में मग्न अलग थलग खड़े। अंजनी कुमार पथ भूले पथी के समान भौचक्के से बने तुम इस प्रकार क्यों खड़े? ये क्या भेद है जामवंत जी? इस भेद को कोई नहीं जानता। स्वयं अंजनी कुमार भी भूले हुए। क्या भूल गए? अपना था अलौकिक अपार बल दैवी शक्ति तुम्हारे भौतिक माता पिता केसरी और अंजना अवश्य है, परंतु तुम कैलाशनाथ भगवान शंकर के 11वें रुद्र हो। वायु का तीव्र वेग तुम्हारे अंग अंग में समाया है। एक श्रीनंदन, इसी कारण संसार तुम्हें शंकर सुवन और पवन पुत्र कहकर पुकारता है। हनुमान, तुम्हें तो ये भी याद नहीं होगा कि तुम्हारा हनुमान नाम कैसे विख्यात हुआ। कैसे विख्यात हुआ? अंजनेय के बाल्यकाल में अज्ञानवश इंद्र ने वज्र प्रहार किया। अंजनेय उदयगिरी पर जाकर गिरे।
Okay. So, meanwhile it is getting ready. You saw there was a group discussions people were discussing. They were thinking about how to resolve the problem. The problem was to reach Lanka. What was the distance? Okay, so there were certain opinions. Okay. Recently, just before this lecture, you had session of what?
Meeting. Discussion.
Roll of? Roll of? Chairperson. Who was the chairperson over here? Okay. He was leading the meeting. The group discussions was being done, and they were trying to solve the problem. Ultimately, how they found the solution? Like they took one opinion, one option, and it was dismissed because he was not sure to come back. Angad was not sure. Like he would dare to do that, but he would be able to come back or not. That was the main thing. Okay. So another problem was there. Who was capable? He was capable, but he was old. So he was also not quite sure whether he would be able to go to Ganga or not. Then the third option, but what was the problem? Yeah, he forgot his powers because of the curse which was imposed during his childhood. Okay, and what was the solution? Who knew the solution? Again, Jaman knew the solution. What was the solution? If someone would recall him, then he will gain his powers. That is the reason why people insist to go to the temple and make Lord Hanuman remind of his powers when we pray. Okay, so this is a very ancient example which we have in our Indian language. Okay, of group discussion and many more. Means if you talk about king, if they have certain attire or something like that, they had group discussion how to resolve them. Okay, Mahabharata is the latest example of discussion. Yeah, it's a discussion. Okay. Now I'm going to put it into slideshow mode. Can you ask him how to put it in? Slideshow mode में F5. Like Right. So these three aspects are clear: problem solving, decision making, and so there are two forms of group discussion. One is the original one, that is organizational group discussion. Recent was the latest example, and another is a part of selection process. Okay, once you get into the selection process thing, you will be a part of organization, and there you are going to be the actual. Okay. Now, what are the purpose? What is the purpose of conducting group discussion? As you people have said, for the leadership skills, confidence, interpersonal communication, teamwork. Okay. When you talk about the interpersonal communication, what does it mean?
Communication between two or
More communication. That is called as interpersonal. Does that matter? What? Communication between two people matters. Why? Why we are taking it as a skill? Interpersonal communication as a skill.
Because we are going to having knowledge about different mindsets of different people with different thoughts.
Not only knowing that, but apart from that.
Great understanding.
Great understanding why. Again, if we talk about the selection process. Because you all are going to work in a team with other people, so how do you interact with the other person? That is the main, gist. What is required? Yeah, coordination, cooperation, a fair environment. Okay. What is the philosophy behind this? Discussion and argument. Do you think they are same or they are different? Different. They are kind of same, but they are totally different when we talk about the goal. We say what happens in argument is
oppose each other.
Yeah, just oppose. We can see over here is the aim of argument. All of discussion should not be victory, but what you do in argument is you want to win. Okay, you don't want to take out what is right. So, just let me brief you. Still, in this process of group discussion, what happens is they allowed you 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, and approximately 30 minutes. This is very extended form. In real, what happens is candidates are more, they allow you very less time. They will give you 3 to 4 minutes to prepare for the topic, and you will have 10 to 15 minutes group discussion. Okay, they are going to drop a topic amongst you, pre-decided topic. And what you have to do is, the moderator will give you the signal start, and then someone has to initiate. Okay, after his initiation, then the other people will fight for putting up their points. Okay, viewpoints, opinions, and finally, at last, what is going to happen? Someone is going to conclude or summarize. Got it? So within this time period of 10 to 15 minutes, you will be judged whether you are appropriate for the organization or not. Got it? So panelists use this as an evaluation sheet. They have certain rubrics. You understand rubrics? Certain parameters. Yes. Like voice quality, whether that person is aggressive or not, soft skills. Okay. How good that person is, who is having the leadership quality, who has surprising quality, and all.
Technical session, discussion.
Okay, that one we definitely do it. Okay, I'm trying that's why very fast we should go. Okay, so there are certain types like factual group discussion, opinion based group discussion, case study based group discussion, and abstract group discussion. Okay, factual based is like something we are providing certain facts related to your day-to-day life. Okay, we are having a group discussion on it. All socio-economic issues. Okay, like how we can reduce the poverty in our country. That could be an actual group discussion. Opinion based, it is to test what kind of opinion or facts you are going. Okay, for example, if we talk about whether
Reservation line.
that is a very
Sensitive.
sensitive as well as contradictory as well as never ending. It will go on and on and on. But there you're not going to just put up opinions and views that there something will be there which should be practically resulting. And we talk about opinion and views. You should have a proper result thing. Okay. And it can be anything. Like if we suppose I am giving you the example of opinion based, what is your opinion on whether there should be uniform in colleges? So there you are going to straight away. So you are going to put up your opinion. No, yes. It would be rare. People will agree. But then case study based, a case will be allotted. Suppose two people are there. One person is, hitting the other person. He has fallen down. Now what are you going to do? That is a case study. Case has been done and you are about to evaluate about that. Okay. In a professional world, suppose they might tell you that the company is going in loss because of chaos amongst the employees. So what you're going to do? Then abstract group discussion are about intangible topics. Okay. And here what happens is the employer, he tries to test your lateral thinking and creativity. We are going to have that one. Abstract, totally abstract group discussion within last 15 minutes. Okay? Because you very well know about the field. Last one you don't know. Okay? So what you don't know, we shall be knowing. Then which skills are evaluated? Your subject knowledge. Okay. Do you have the subject knowledge or not? Because they are not going to allot you the topic beforehand. As soon as you will enter into the room, you will find other candidates sitting in a group kind of thing, and the moderator will come and he will tell the rules. We are going to allot you this much time. This is the topic. You have 2 minutes. Think about it. Just like extra. Fine. Then creativity or originality. Out of the box, you understand? They are going to test your out of the box skill. Voice. Does voice matter?
Yes.
How?
Teachers matter.
Teachers matter. Why?
The rate of knowledge is defined by tone.
A rate of knowledge
Defined by a tone or a voice.
defined by your tone. Knowledge and voice, they do not have relation.
So if the voice is calm or soothing, the listeners will find it will engage the listeners.
Yeah. Definitely, I go with it.
Meaning is changed according to voice also.
Correct. That is the point. If you are having a knowledgeable thing, but you are putting it in a very aggressive manner, that will create a very bad impact. Okay. Like, sometimes it happens, knowledge makes a person egoistic. And that tone is being reflected. Okay. Just like we in Mahabharata, we have that egoistic thing. Lord Hanuman gets into the skies, sleep into the way of heal. You don't know, you don't know this. Yeah. Okay. So we have certain instances. So the aggression, egoistic feeling was being observed through the tone. Then we talk about the body language. Body language, very big and practical thing. How they are going to identify group discussion, body language?
The way we sit postures.
Sitting style.
Not only setting style. when you are saying something, okay, obviously your hand movements are there.
Yes.
You would like to put my point this and that. Okay, why do you think a single thing, you point out someone, it becomes a very big issue?
Yes.
It becomes a very big issue. But that is just a part of body language, but it has a very greater impact. You do nothing. Suppose you point a person like this and you stand. That person will feel now very uncomfortable why that person is pointing. So this is the impact of body language if you want to understand. And fluency. Fluency of thought, it matters. Whether the person is able to express his or her opinion, views or not. That matters. Okay. Then comes initiative. That person is able to take the initiative or not. If that person is able to take the initiative, he will be able to lead a team. Because in organization works occur in a team based. Then leadership and active listening. Active listening why? Because person who speaks well, who listens well, understand well and speak well. Right. Now these are certain keys to success. We go one by one. Or you have to know about the current topics. And these are certain sources. First one is newspaper, which you don't read, I know. Second is magazine, third is television, or I have included YouTube, authentic YouTube news, not any news. Okay? So while preparing the slides, I came across a very interesting fact that in cartoons, we have newspaper. When I searched over Google, I saw 8 to 10, the same cartoon, they are having newspaper in there. Okay, so that is a part of the American culture. They are imparting this level of knowledge in cartoons as well. That's not nothing in our India. Okay. So this also creates an impact. So newspaper reading is very important. And when you are going to make a group discussion or enter into the group discussion thing, before that, this is the tip. Go through the about us page of that organization or company. Understood? About us, suppose you are going to give an interview in any company, name any company of your field. NTPC. Okay. So it may happen like they might give a topic like what is the current trend in NTPC? Or what is the newest technology that NTPC has like? Okay. Or they can give a case study kind of thing. This is the problem has occurred, so what solutions you are going to bring related to it. So better have an idea about it. Clear? Okay. What is shows? Targeting. It's not about aim plus the competition. Okay, how he is going to win the competition? What he might have done previously? Practice. So, what you have to do is practice for your group discussion. Yeah, because on the spot, if you have been given a certain topic, you might not be able to perform. Okay, so that is the reason we are having this point. That is practice before the group discussion. You can join in mock GDs or you can have group discussions with your friends. Do a rehearsal of that thing so that you could be quite natural. Because I would like to go back to my previous session. The moment I said you have to introduce yourself, in general what happens is start from here. People do this?
Yes.
You have an option. It will go CA. Okay. But as soon as I said, you have to choose from yourself. So you people thought about it. You were hesitant? Hesitation was there? Tell honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't practiced. You are having that kind of hesitation till now. What is going to happen in group discussion? I am making people realize. So that is the reason I appreciated him that you stood up, you took the lead to started the introduction. The same thing you had to follow in group discussion because it is considered to be a trait of leadership quality. Got it? If you miss the chance, don't worry, but try to come on. Be the second, third, or fourth person. When the moderator says, start. Is it clear? You have to remove that hesitation. Okay. We have to be used to it. Okay. Third is practice time management. I have changed. You cannot manage time. Is it possible? Do you have time machine? No. We should say self-management. We have to manage ourselves, not being strict according to the time. Got it? Like time allotted is 10 to 15 minutes. In 1 minute, you have to tell your opinion and point of view. And you have to speak at an appropriate time. Got it? Then define the topic, like initiate the topic. How you are going to initiate it? Using a good quote from some known personality or statistics or figure. Okay, you have studied communication. They might have told you about certain characteristics of communication, 7 C's of communication. You have gone through.
Yes.
Yeah. When we talk about the statistics and figures, it relates to which C? Conciseness is, we are saying, I don't think it's your second bench building, what it is made of? Concreteness. Concrete. I gave the name. Okay, concreteness. How your communication becomes concrete when you have certain facts, statistics, figures.
Sequence. Sequence-wise observation.
Sequence-wise also, yeah. But you know, it gives you a very strong hold when you start with statistics. India is a country of how much population? 1 So when we start with this kind of approach, it gives a greater impact that you are having the knowledge. So when we take up the statistics. Now, this is another aspect, like you have to listen to what others are saying. Why is it important? Because they are watching your listening skills and you understand what other people are saying and show respect for others and to frame our own responses. This thing is quite important. Okay. So, when you listen, you understand others and you show respect for others. Our whole listening skill is, concentrating in that area. Okay, come back to this area. Fine. The third aspect, why is it important? Show respect for others. Again, there is one C related to it. If you remember, communication, one C is there. Dot C. Okay, that is part of avoid deviating from the topic. It is definitely going to happen when you are going to have group discussion. One or the other person will be in the group who will deviate from the topic. Why is it important to bring the topic back? Because quality of speech is very much important. Got it? Not the quantity. Quality is important. Any doubt? Fine. So you have to stay on the topic. You don't have to deviate. If someone deviates, bring the topic back. That is your responsibility. And summarize the discussion. This is the last thing. When the moderator is going to give you a signal, we have to land. Try to be that person who's going to summarize. Okay. Highlight the essential points. What you have to do is you have to highlight that we have discussed in this particular topic. This are the main. That is the reason you are having, a Pressy writing you have done. Remember? Yeah. That is the reason you have to develop that practice. And these are the certain tips. Initiate the discussion. Avoid being aggressive. Yes. That is very, very, very important thing because you easily get aggressive and that is a negative aspect. Yeah. We try to, group discussion is what? Debate on argument, I should say. Debate is a positive thing, but we take it in a negative way. Okay. So avoid being aggressive, bring power to your voice, to your tone. Okay? You can show your power, but you have to practice. Okay? Improve your thinking and communication, showcase your teamwork. How you are going to show the teamwork? How you are going to bring the conclusion? How you are going to make the other person feel that you are a team? Question arises.
Taking her opinion also.
How you are going to?
By giving them priority. Comes and including them in the discussion, making them feel comfortable.
How you are going to feel the
Making them feel comfortable with us.
How? See, suppose this is a selection board. Okay, you have come for the group discussion. Got it? And I am the moderator. I say start. Someone is going to lead some aspect or something like that. The other person is going to continue. Got it? That someone will summarize at the end, and I am going to say end. This much is clear. Within this whole process, how you are going to make the other person feel as a team. Now,
Recognition.
how?
Like whatever will be the result, but just because of our participation.
Okay, yes. Just a second. It is not as you are making it is not a very big thing. Small thing, but a big meaning. Okay. Then you address someone. You take name. Yes. Like your friend's name is Saloni. So what you are going to say is, I do agree with my friend Saloni's opinion, and I also respect words of others. Got it? So this is a very simple idea. Understood? So you make them feel the sense of belongingness to the group. Exactly. This same thing you might have seen in public sector. When you call customer care, what they say? This Mr. Manoj, how can we help you? Mr. Manoj, can you be over the line? Can you bear with us? Isn't it so?
Yes.
You never recognize it, but this is the whole thing. In group discussion also, you are going to use choices for, like my friend, my colleague, my teammate, and then you use the name. Just like it happens in code debates also. What word did they use?
Intellectual friend. Debates में?
Yeah, code debates.
Code debate.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mr. This and this.
जैसे हिंदी में जैसे मेरे साथी वकील ज्वाइन हो रहे हैं ये बात रखी है they use the word something they do not use the meaning. So these are certain very minute things you have to take care so that you can show that there is a teamwork, sense of belongingness. Okay. We had a session of non-verbal communication last time. So your non-verbal communication is not going according to the session. Okay, we've got fine. So we'll go with show your confidence. Try to be very confident in your words and in the facts. Then dress professionally. Why is it important being dress professionally? Why?
It's a part of your personality.
It is more psychological about personality, but it makes you look when you look good, when you look more professional, it gives you a sense of confidence. That is the reason we have uniforms in Army, Air Force, etc. In schools also we try to develop that sense of discipline. Uniformity, the uniform has come from what? Uniformity, in order to bring the uniformity or discipline. So when you are dressed professionally, it gives you a professional approach. That can't be in a very casual, That is the reason we have two kinds of sets of attire. Okay, one is casual, one is what? Casual and formal. Now the question is why we call formal as formal. You ever thought formal to formal क्यों बोलते हैं? Why do we call formal as formal? Any idea? No. Because there is a format. There is a format, there is a form, particular style which has been followed in professional area or corporate sector. Like the shirts will be checks or plains, it will be trousers, not jeans. Okay. There is a set criteria for that. There is a set format. That's why they are called as formals. And casuals are just aside from formals, everything is casuals. You can wear it anytime. You don't have to mind. Okay, fine. So be polite during the discussion. That is another aspect, because if you are polite, then the atmosphere in your office will be peaceful. And avoid dominance during the discussion. If you try to dominate, what it shows? What it shows? Aggressive nature. You won't be helpful in teamwork. Okay, yesterday your teamwork session. So we have come to the end. This is the closing remark. Discussions are always better than arguments, because an argument is to find out who is right. And discussion is to find out what is right. So, thank you. You are too much expressive, you should control that. Any questions? Questions? Right. We'll have the activity part. Yes, for activity, we'll have group discussion. We cannot make a round circle or anything. We'll do as we have. Okay. You have understood how group discussion has been done? Okay, and the group discussion will be held amongst you. You are not going to address me. Is that clear? Fine. I will give you just 2 minutes to think about the topic. Okay? Think about the topic. Then another person is going to initiate. Okay? Someone is going to initiate it. How to initiate, you know very well. If you don't know, I will just okay. We have everyone is going to put up the points. It will be difficult for you. Okay. And finally, someone is going to summarize. And I will point out the things which you have missed or which you should have done. Okay? Are you ready? Yes. Ready? Everyone? Yes. There is anyone with a no? Yes. Now the topic is क्या होता अगर न्यूटन के सामने एप्पल नहीं गिरता? what would happen?
हमें physics पढ़ना ही नहीं पड़ता
No. It is not in that way. Now you will be, disqualified. From selection. See, this is the what I'm talking about, the abstract topic. What would have happened if Apple wouldn't have fallen in front of Newton? This is the topic. You have to think about it. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Got it? Then we are going to have discussion. In front of Newton. You don't have to discuss amongst yourself. Yeah.
We thought the Newton's law was what?
No. What I'm trying to say is, you have to think about it. You have 2 minutes individually. Then we are going to have a group discussion. And you are going to put up your own points. Yeah. Okay. Then we are going to have discussion among the group. Got it? Fine. So you have 2 minutes. It is 5:39. 5:41 will start. Think. Use your brains, not another person's. Okay? Think and note down the points which you can present. And that point should be, very impactful. Is anyone having any doubt? You understood the topic? Note down the points, that is very important. You have to visualize your thoughts. Okay. This side, this tries to be more. This side. Those are done. They can come on this side. Yes, this is. Maybe we go on to face each other. Smaller. This row and that row, they will be so many people are here. With the minimum disturbances, I'm trying to make a scenario of you. Please accept people come over here. At this side also, people come over this side. No, you people have to come here. That won't do. Let them speak. I'm not trying to disturb you. sitting arrangement. So that those have to be arranged this way also. One quick way we this time is by quality. Could you please yeah, she can come over here. You can come over here, or you can go over here. Here, I would suggest no, don't mix that arrangement. I want you to into the front row. Come to the front. Please sit. There is a reason why I'm trying you to sit in the front because you have that confidence to because sitting in the second row that won't give you confidence actually. You can sit that way to this place. Front row. This side is front row. It is not there. You can come this side. Come on to the chair, that chair. Let us move over. Which chair? Now you people can see each other. थोड़ा सा और आगे आ जाएंगे. Take it as a serious thing. Again, your confidence level is less. So these things tell a lot. These are the very minor things which you have to take care of. If you are sitting very, little like you are not confident at all, you should be confident because that is the point which you are trying to learn. Got it? You have those ideas. You have noted down. Okay, I will tell you. Go. Someone is going to initiate. For initiation, you have to tell your name and you have to put up your phone so that the moderator or the recruiter knows which person is giving what kind of idea. Got it? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, begin.
Hello everyone, I am Suma. So my point is that the tablet doesn't help on mutants, then the laws were in with how.
Hello everyone.
Anyone want to check? The gravitation existed before because the gravitation was the discovery. Gravitation existed before we were not know about the gravity and all. It wasn't noted somewhere, so that no one getting idea or knowledge about gravity. The theory was.
You're forgetting you are in the recruitment setup. You have to tell your name first. Then you have to put up the point and let others also put up the point. I will tell. I will let you answer.
Hello everyone, my name is Nishar, and as now we are seeing technology, it is just because we are silent. Internet is just because we are right in our space. Internet is there just because of rocket, and rocket is there just because of gravitational calculation, and that is based on the Newton's. So if that incident doesn't take place, then we would have late discover the technology, and that would affect our present. So I think that would be the main difference which we could get that Apple doesn't for the computer. It is not something like that. Newton only discovered the gravitation force. There are many scientists who just modified the calculation. But yeah, as we initiate, we could get progress. Thanks.
My name is Nalkishore Sir. As Sir said that any other scientist would research this, would research on this field. But before that, I thought that if Apple was not present, some other things did. But then Newton might research about what
So it not only dependent on the Isaac Newton only. Other scientists also done that to most of the great works before the experiment are done. And we can't say that the phenomenon of an apple on the head of a Newton is impossible. He makes him a knowledgeable person. Before that, he had acknowledged about the telescopes, calculations, and the motion's three laws also he had given before the putting on of an apple experiment. And because is one of the greatest achievement in his life, and because of we got some extraordinary experimental things and equations in the field of physics and mathematics too from the Isaac Newton, and he is too knowledgeable person before the phenomenon happened, and he is capable of doing what he deserves, and he has done better in his field.
Hello everyone, my name is Poonam Mishra. अगर एप्पल न्यूटन के सिर पे नहीं गिरता तो हमें ग्रेविटी के बारे में जानने में शायद बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लग जाता। तो उम्मीद से अच्छी हुई क्योंकि सर पे एप्पल।
And I would also highlight the negative points of the inventions like atomic bomb or due to atomic invention there are very threats also. Like the most expensive business is weapon business, and it is also based on technology. And like we at current scenario, the biggest threat is AI will replace the human mind. It is also based on technology. So
3 minutes to have the discussion.
Technology should be updated as per human that it could help the humans, not completely replace them.
My name is Newton is not only an apple in front of them. I'll find another will find clarity. Apple is not compulsory apple.
When the scientists were talking about this field like gravity and all, we have read about Kepler, the Copernicus. There are many other scientists who are working on this field. But it's take too much time. Yeah, it is a easy way to identify when it fell down. Hello everyone, my name is Harika. मेरा पर्सपेक्ट है कि अगर न्यूटन के सर पे एप्पल नहीं गिरता तो हमको एक पैमाना नहीं मिलता कि हम एक हाइट को नाप सकें। और न्यूटन ने एक रूल दिया था कि क्रिया के अपोजिट प्रतिक्रिया मिलती है। अगर वो नहीं होता तो अभी हम जो गाड़ियाँ चला रहे हैं वो
Anyone else? Okay.
Hello everyone, I am Raman, and I think that Newton is regarded as the most original thinker of all time because he was the first to propose the basic concept of physics, and based on that, our current technology, there is a lot of advancement based on that. And if the Apple would have not fallen, then it would we would have been very tight in advancement in terms of technology and science.
not only technical thing we use in like daily basis, like Newton's law is basically used in every day. Like whatever someone say, we say it back. That is the third law. We generally use the laws in the daily life also. We implement those things in our lives also, not only in the technical field, but also in our lives.
Okay, now we have to end.
Before the Newton has given the gravitational law, there were many patents like and there were many more monuments which have been made. So they were also made due to the equation of gravitation. what I feel is not the only written to discover or to know the calculation of gravitation. There were civilizations who know the gravitation for understand the gravitation, but yeah, the current theory is based on physics, and that has started from the Newton, so we recognize this name. We so there will be any person.
So if you professor, gravity is already exists. The term gravity is given by Newton.
Yes. So this is the ending remark. Yeah, I said, yeah, end the discussion. Right?
What is the conclusion? Basically, it's both ethical
Basically, we get the theories in a practical way in which we have got the written scripts. What you all think?
I would like to conclude all the points. All of my friends have given the very valid points. Like one of my friends said that the gravitational force existed before the invasion had taken place, and the law is giving currently in a whole world in front of by the Aztec leader. And before that, it's came in a practice like from our recent historical parts, we can see by building of pyramids and making caves, we use lots of heavy stones because of gravitational pull, and their building, they are very structured, well developed. Scientists were also there in our historic period too. And as the question was that Apple, if not falling down in a front of Isaac Newton, is it really good? Means, what will happen? Then I would like to convey that Isaac Newton was a scientist and he is a very intelligent too. Before the falling down of Apple and after the falling down also Apple, he will be able to conduct many more other activities too. If it is not considered a gravitational force, then he also had done the greatest achievement in his life, like discovering a telescope that calculates and the motion of 3 laws of motion had given before the gravitational law. Means that Apple doesn't find that if it is not falling down, it can be created with the further other gravitational forces by other scientists too.
Good, clapping for everyone. Now we will have discussion over what are the points which you missed and which was there. What was good point was going to get selected, etc. Okay, we have a very best. Concluding remark was very good because we made a point. Why? Because laws of motion